Hey guys, the Chicken is here. We are back today with another Boom Beach video, and in today's video, guys, we have some helpful tips for you because we went all the way to 70R, we went to heavy choppers, and we even got a little bit of stuff after, so we'll get into that in just a second. We do have some gunboat energy rewards to collect and throw that into our boom pass here. Whoops, those ones cost gems, so we'll wait on getting those. It says I have a reward left. I don't know where that is. Did we miss one? Oh, we did miss one, guys. We did miss one. Let's take the time savers. I don't know. So you guys haven't already, I appreciate it if you throw in that code chicken in the into the shop. I was like, oh my god. Iron safe, 2,400 gems. That seems expensive. Gold for 100,000. Okay, we're not going to be doing that. But yeah, it is your last chance to buy the bundle of crystals you haven't already. And if you do, I appreciate it if you launch in that code. Oh my god, the keyboard's freaking out. Chicken. That's all I was trying to do. Alright, so let's get into it, guys. So, 70R. Not the answer. Not the answer. Heavy choppers. Also not the answer. Which is interesting. So, my recommendation to you guys is if you can't finish the tech tree, because that's what I'm going to have to do now at this point, is pretty well get everything. Don't go to 7, because it is a lot worse than 6 so far. And yeah, I don't know. Here's the base. I obviously based on the log. I can't recommend you copy that one, but let's just kind of go through this here. So this is what we are currently working with. So we did get heavies, as we showed in yesterday's video. We got GBE. Still don't have any flares, but that's fine for right now. Edit this multi-node. I'm going to go over the choices because this is going to be, you know, kind of end meta stuff. Or at least it's changed a little bit. So we got cryo bombs there. We've got the flamethrowers here, which maybe we need to switch those. Actually, they're probably better for seekers. So this is the next big choice. This has really been the big choice all season is, do we want brick and the troop health, or do we want Kavan and maybe skip that troop health? So I'm leaning towards getting brick in the troop health now, but you know, we'll see how that goes. We don't need to get the negative node, which is great. Critters would be nice, but we have to get medics to get them, so that's not on the radar for right now. I like the remote defib, although the tiny shot could work if we do end up going with Kavan. Kavan doesn't unlock any other nodes for us, unless we want to go rocket choppers, which obviously we're not doing right now. But Kavan is the question, because we have the remote defib, so do we really need Kavan? Especially if we're going to have to take brick if we want to get that troop health. But for right now, I think what we want to make sure that we do is get the stat node. So get the troop damage, get the DBD, and then kind of, you know, let the meta dictate what we need to get. But yeah, so we made it all the way to the last heavy chopper node here with lots of time left, so that was good news. And the heavy choppers definitely helped because I was pretty much unable to clear bases until I got the heavy choppers. The microwaver's probably going to be nice here. Again, another seeker defense, that's always good. The DBD is not going to be a bad pickup. I don't know if it's going to be huge. And then we have this choice to make. Speed serum, remote hack, or barrage. The hack could be strong. Speed serum is probably what we need in terms of time, because I think what's going to happen is it's going to come down to a base race on the final meta. It's going to shift from defense, fizzle, grossness in 60R into just spread out chaos in 70R. So let's show you some of the stuff that we've gone up against. I do want to show you this guy's replay first, because I found this to be pretty crazy that he was able to fully clear me, and he's only in rank 21. But this guy surprisingly had a ton of tech, so I'm not really sure what happened here. But let's break it down anyways, or at least show you what we're facing. So, you know, it's important to watch these replays too, so you have an idea of, you know, what's going to help you on, you know, on your tech tree. Because if I'm constantly getting hit like this, and even though my times are slow, it doesn't, getting troop damage wouldn't help, right? Because it's not going to make a difference for us, opposed to getting more defense or DBD or something like that. So I do want to see how close this guy was to fizzling. Lots of tiny shocks, lots of speed serums. He saved a couple boats of seekers here for this side. So I mean, he was pretty close to those top guys fizzling. and also kind of close to the bottom guys fizzling, but was able to get the job done there. So that was a really nice seeker hit. And what do we want to show here? So this is when I had heavy choppers. So I think this is, I don't want to show this because this was more of a bad hit than it was saying like heavy choppers can't clear 6CR. But I'll show it to you anyways, and then we'll do a live hit. So this is basically, my strategy here was to just trail in a couple of heavy choppers so they wouldn't all get targeted by the same thing. But yeah, we don't have, the problem with these compact bases is I really feel like Tiny Shock is a lot better than remote defib. But we'll let this one play out in real time here. So things started off looking great. I mean, the heavy choppers are nice and healthy. You might be watching this and thinking, Chicken, how did you possibly screw this one up from here? And you're about to see in a second. So another cryo bomb there. I kept the cryo bombs coming in. I felt like that was helpful. At this point, we had run out of GB. And with the cryo bomb about to come in, that's where my shock point was, right on that Doom Cannon. And I mean, if we'd hit that one more time, I think we probably would have fully cleared this base. Maybe, depending on how bad the critter launchers were. But you'll see this right here in a second. Yeah, the critter launchers really messed us up, and then this, boom, that shock that went into nothing, that really hurt, because that was all my GBE, and I just threw it into the sky shield like a doofus. So, I mean, we ended up clearing out a little bit more stuff, but they really got hung up on those critter launchers for a long time, and then by the time they were able to turn and actually focus on something that would have been helpful, they fizzled out. So, let's try one more. I'm sure we can win in 22 with heavy choppers alone, but it has not been easy, guys. It has not been easy at, you know, especially going from rank 24 all the way down to rank 22 has been not enjoyable. And I think, honestly, at this point, we're pretty much going to need everything. I mean, all the stuff that I talked about in the beginning of the video, the troop health, brick, troop damage, Kavan, whatever we had hero we ended up picking, speed serum, the extra prototypes, the defenses, the stat notes. I feel like we really need all of it to get our final push. So, yeah. But the good news is we're in good shape tech-wise to be able to do that since, you know, we already made 24, so puts us a little bit ahead. But we'll see. Now, you guys let me know how you're making out down below in the comments so I can go over what you guys need to know. So this is a spread-out 6-engine base. This is interesting. I don't see a Doom Cannon. So I think we're safe to go 3-5. So let's try that. Let's go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, okay. Now I like to cryo bomb in here. And let's shock that grappler. We're gonna go second winds back this side. It's just really the grappler. I mean, once we get around that, we're fine. Like, obviously, this base we're not going to fizzle on. It doesn't have a ton of defenses. But yeah, this is where the tiny shocks would kind of be handy. But we don't have them just now. Everyone else is looking pretty good. Pretty good. Let's shock here again. We could actually use a cryo. I like using the cryo on the critter launchers. Is because they can really just mess up, as we saw in the last attack, they can really mess up the bombers in no time at all. So they can be very helpful to just to kind of slow that whole disaster down. Now these ones we can shock, and in terms of time, that's really the only thing I'm looking at is the critter launchers. Okay, let's shock here. Now, not having flares also comes into play as well. But I think now at this point, we're just focused on second winders. So we can get a couple bombers out of that. Perfect. Because that stuff on the right side is going to go down before the stuff on the left, I believe. So, yeah. I mean, in terms of time, if we can face bases like these, we want to be like in the 220-ish range. That seems to be kind of the sweet spot. Or like 2 minutes, not 220, 2 minutes-ish. That seems to be good. That seems to be good. And let's see. Okay, nope, we're not going to get another one. So I got nothing left to throw here. That's going to help. It looks like he fizzled or got really hung up somewhere, so that's good news for us. We got all our second wind heavies down here on the bottom. And, I mean, that was a pretty naked base, so that was fairly easy, but let's see. There we go. We won a match, guys. We won a freaking match. There we go. So I hope that helps you guys out. Gives you a bit of an idea of what to do, what you're looking at going to 7ER. So yeah, if you are going to go 7, make sure you can get a lot more stuff, because 7 by itself has not been an advantage. Even heavy choppers have not been an advantage so far. So hope that helps you out. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. Catch you next one, guys. Check it out. Back.